Well, it's time now for another stop along Leon Bibb's My Ohio. The next time you get on an airplane, you can thank a lot of pioneers who paved the way for you with their adventures in the sky.
Today we're going to put you in the pilot's seat and a lot of different aircrafts and spacecrafts. Leon, take us up and away.
In all the world, it is the only place like it. It looks at a special section of our aviation history. In this Cleveland place where the accent is on women, the sky is the limit. Really, this place takes you even to the other side of the sky. Aviation pulls us in, whether we fly ourselves or watch others who do so. Sometimes surprise comes upon us as we learn of those who are in it or have gone before as pioneers. This Cleveland Museum pays tribute to a group of flyers and the flight-minded who looked to the sky.
Well, when I see these women astronauts and cosmonauts, Leon, I am kind of in awe of how many women have been in space.
The International Women's Air and Space Museum in Cleveland chronicles history and present-day contributions of women in aviation and space. Whether they flew the delirious burning blue of the sky or labored on the ground, these women were pioneers.
Not only as pilots, but also mechanics, engineers, flight testers. Any woman that has anything to do with aviation or the aerospace programs, so also astronauts and air traffic controllers, mission controllers.
If they're doing a story about this.
Yep.
Heather Alexander is executive director of the International Women's Air and Space Museum. It is in a wing of Cleveland's Burke Lakefront Airport. Inspiration abounds here, especially for the young who might find something excites them and pushes their own thoughts of grabbing pieces of the sky.
They learned about Amelia Earhart, who they weren't familiar with.
Amelia Earhart was a pioneering pilot who set aviation records in the 30s, but disappeared somewhere in the Pacific on a dangerous attempt to fly around the world. Her story is here, as are the overalls she wore to service her airplane.
So standing here, being able to actually see her memorabilia and hold it in my hands is quite the moment.
Throughout Cleveland's Burke Lakefront Airport are exhibits highlighting females who knew or know the sky or who worked in space technology.
Lucky Gallon, which was renamed the City of Painesville, was flown by Margaret Hurlburt, who was a teacher from the Painesville School District. And she took a little time off from teaching to go fly.
Millions of years ago, when our ancestral man first looked to the birds in the sky and dreamed of flight, there was probably a woman right next to him who had the same desire: to fly. This museum is dedicated to those women pioneers who looked to the sky and went out and found it. No item is too unmentionable if it tells a woman's pioneering aviation or space story. Even unmentionables are here.
And this is what she wore under that dress.
Under her dress, these were her bloomers.
Yep. You can't get any more personal than that.
No, her underwear is on display right here.
Early days when pilots had few navigational aids and flying was on a pilot's intuition. From the early days to those of today, those stories are here. There's always been something special about aviation and space exploration, which has called me. I can just envision myself on a space mission, coming through on a NASA Mission Control Console, like the one you're looking at. I would say, NASA Houston, this is Leon Bibb, calling from deep space. I would say, if only I could get to space. These women did get there, space women. Their stories and those of others who went before are told at the International Women's Air and Space Museum. There is something more here.
Just how they can inspire young children today to see what they can do.
Having two young daughters, it was great. It was such a fun surprise to find somewhere that really honored just girls in particular.
Along with men, women have also eyed the skies, longing for contraptions which could fly. At Cleveland's Burke Airport, dotted overhead and on the ground with flying machines, are strong honors for the women who helped pioneer flight. At Cleveland's Burke Lakefront Airport, the International Women's Air and Space Museum has exhibits which are open 8 in the morning until 8 at night every day. The gift shop is open 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. It will take you to the skies. In the pilot's seat with another stop in My Ohio, I'm Leon Bibb.